Hi, it's April. Welcome to your March energy update and Akashic Records rant. As you guys know, I'm an intuitive and Akashic Records reader. One of my biggest passions is teaching people how to develop their intuition, and you will become intuitive if you join the community. The community is down in the description below in the link, and it's only $11 a month. We meet live once a week, so you become intuitive. Week by week, you'll notice progress. There's also tons of courses and classes in the video library if you can't make the live times that we are hanging out in. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and go into March. The reason why I started going back to month is I'm getting a call to make different styles of content, and I don't ignore messages. So still bringing in the energy update, but going to be doing so much more, probably some Reiki videos and some other significant Akashic Records videos. So let's go ahead and I'm going to tune into the general energy of March first, and then we will go into week for week. Okay. So what is coming into our awareness? What is coming into our energy? What is March bringing for the collective? What are we going to be feeling and experiencing? Oh, fun. Immediately I got, this is a time to come back into center, to come back into wholeness, to come back into you. That is the priority of March, and everyone's going to have a different version of this. Some people might need to go on a vacation. Some people might need to stay at home to collect their thoughts and be introspective. But I'm also feeling it's about coming into wholeness, and it's coming into organization. So you might notice that there is a desire to get rid of a few things in your life, to organize work, your house, your finances. It's all about organizing and just kind of flowing with that energy. So a lot of the first, I'm feeling a lot of just flowing with March, not taking a ton of action in March and let's go. It doesn't have that energy. It's more of coming back into yourself, collecting, organizing. And then it does feel like later in the month, it feels a lot more active, proactive, forward movement, feeling more alive. People are going to notice their vitality energy is increasing. And it feels kind of like this mountaintop. March, it feels like this little hiker is starting at the bottom of the mountain and taking their time. All of a sudden it's oh, I'm almost there. That's the feeling that I get about March. So that is the general read for the month. Know that there are going to still be days where there needs to be laying horizontal. There still needs to be some peace and restoration, and there are going to be days of activity. I'm getting the more that you try to push into an idea of what you think you should do, the harder it's going to be. March is about getting you on the path that is most meant for your soul to be on. So what can be deemed as, oh, this isn't working out, maybe the thing that propels you forward into exactly where you need to be. So it's important to not judge anything that as good or bad, or oh my God, I can't believe this happened, or oh my God, why isn't my partner coming in? It's more about just being an allowance and acceptance of change, and being happy with your present moment, and allowing whatever needs to trickle in, and take action on the things that you feel intuitively that you are meant to take action on. There are a lot of new ideas coming in, but it's important to sit and watch them. People who are oh, I need to get going, I need to do this, I need that. It's that's actually going to be a really not great energy to be in March. You want to just flow with it, because you will move forward if you flow with it. You do not need to take action on all these inspiring ideas. It's take light action, move forward, progress forward when being called to. Okay? A lot of creative energy though. I'm feeling a lot of creative energy. So we're going to go ahead and go into week 1. What's going on with week 1? March? Week 1 in March. don't let me get in my zone. It's like everything that you are experiencing in the first week is about getting into your zone. A lot of us have been, we got pinched in 2024. There was a lot of restorative time, and this first week feels like I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to call who I want. I'm going to eat what I want. I'm going to chill out, really reflect on what gets me into my zone. And so I'm seeing a lot of people picking up meditation or finding like really good music or just being like, you know what, it's time to have fun again. I need to get out of this rut. So good for you. I'm also seeing just like work is work. Like it's moving forward. Everything is happening. For those who are not in a job that is meant for them, you might notice that there are cracks that are opening up. Like you're like, oh my God, there's a crack. I don't know, like the infrastructure of this job doesn't feel right to me, or I don't feel like I'm in the right place right now. I'm getting that it's important to not like move with your emotion, but to take note of what you don't like about your job. Pay attention to the systems. You are there to learn something about the broken infrastructure. And then for some of you, it's a sign and signal to start looking for new options. It's okay to look for new options. Also, there is a lot of paranoia going on. Ignore it. Like anything that's fear-based right now, just, be aware of it, but ignore it. Put it aside. You are meant to live a high vibrational, soul-led, God-led life. Don't let the outside world's structures, thought processes about what's coming in or how we should live interfere with your path. You have a very unique path that's coming in, and you are, in a way, being required to listen to these little hunches. And some of the messages you'll get or some of the feelings you'll get, you're like, oh, I couldn't do that. I don't know if I could do that. There's no way because of this. It's like, actually, the thing that you're like, there's no way, that's the thing you're meant to move into. So there is a lot of kind of some people holding back due to fear or just looking at kind of like the world. I'm getting, start putting your feelers out, start moving forward. That energy of the world, maybe it'll influence a little bit of what's happening, but who knows? Like no one's actually able to predict that. Because you get a choice. Do you want to live in a high vibrational life that allows you to kind of coast above everything? Like, I can't tell you how many times that I should have like totally got screwed on things. And because I listen to my intuitive messages and I meditate and I practice, it's like I float over what is actually happening in this world. Like I literally got told to move to Maui before, the COVID. So, your messages always have your best interest in heart. Okay? So I feel like week 1 is more of like intentionally focusing on your intuitive messages, not your fears. And it's all about getting into your vibe. Okay? If there are people, wow, there's a lot coming in. If there are people in your life that lower your vibe or that you feel have drained your energy, know that it's not anything that they are doing wrong. They are living the way that they are meant to live, but it's up to you to decide, is this wasting my time? Time is precious, even though it's a construct right now. We are being asked to focus on like, what are we really being intentional about? It's so important to be intentional this month more than ever about like, why are we eating this food? Why are we hanging out with this person? And I'm getting that a lot of people, wow, there's so much happening, but it's like taking care of ourselves. A lot of people are focusing on health. There is a lot of people that I'm feeling that have had some health issues or that feel like something's a little out of balance. So there is a proactive energy of, okay, I need to take care of my health. This is it. Nothing's getting in my way. Okay, that was week 1. Wow, that was nuts. Okay. There's a lot of like proactive taking care of yourself energy, if you even noticed that. Okay, let's go ahead and tune into just some cards here for week 1. A lot of choices, a lot of breakthroughs. Learning self-sufficiency. It feels like week 1 is setting people up to mastery of self-care and mastery of freedom. So, all right, let's go ahead and go to week 2. That made me so happy. Okay, week 2. What's going on? March, week 2. March, week 2. I'm seeing someone count a bunch of sticks. So let me go ahead and ask, what does that represent? Okay. See, this is why you always want to ask, what does that represent? That helps you to stay into your intuition and your mediumship when reading. Especially if you're not really sure what it is, you don't just kind of guess. Like, my human guess would have been, oh, they're feeling frugal. But when I asked, what does that represent? It was actually saying that people are so organized from the week prior that they are then looking at everything that they have and they are planning. There's like a little bit of a strategic energy coming in the second week of March. It's planning out something like, okay, I have this amount of money, I'm going on this trip, or I have this much progress happening within my work, so I know that I can do X, Y, and Z. I know that I have a friend that I meet on Tuesday. I need a day of rest, and then, I'll go to work on this day. So it's more of like the second week is about strategy. So with strategy comes the desire to let go of a few things that you noticed, oh, this is kind of distracting me. And you'll notice that you might want to bring other options in or other ideas in. So week 2 is about strategy. Also, I see it's kind of like a coasting week. So everything is moving forward, but you're coasting on forward momentum you created in the past. This week is not about when I say taking action, you know how like someone's like, screw it, I'm starting a business right now. Like that type of energy, because I'm a Sag rising, so we have to be extreme on that. It's important to just keep things going that you already have going. A lot of the fresh ideas came in the first week. You sit on them, you explore them, you enjoy them. You strategize the second week. You have things coast. It also feels like a little bit more rest. So it feels like people are resting, chilling, a lot of outside. Like I'm getting people are trying to go outside and get more outside time. Coming back into wholeness still. You notice the first week was like super proactive on wholeness. Now there's like implementation and embodying those habits. So week 2 feels like a coasting energy. Let me go ahead and see what we got. Woo! A lot of intuition. There is a lot of intuition coming in. There's a really strong energy of, a lot of people are being upgraded. In order to receive these activations and transmissions, you want to go with the flow. You want to be okay with the fact that you don't know everything right now, and that you are having faith, that you are taken care of, and that you are protected. And by bringing just simple joys into your everyday, like, oh, I just love tea, I'm going to have some tea. Like that is going to just amplify these little like little things. Like I'm gonna go for a walk. Oh, that feels so nice. Thank you, God. It's like having that sort of motivation or just that mindset, I mean, is going to really help the energy of week 2. Step into week 3 with like boom, because week 3, oh my goodness. Week 3, oh my goodness. Hold on one second. I want to pull a thing on relationships before I keep going. We have been going through this for a while, but people's view of how they participate in relationships with themselves and others is changing massively. So I'm getting the message it's so important to be present in every relationship. Don't assume it's going in one direction or the other. Enjoy it for what it is in the very moment that you are existing in it. Okay? I know a lot of people really craved relationship like the last 2-3 years. And there were other people that could feel that craving. So they kind of like distance themselves from like traditional roles. I'm mostly talking about singles here. So it's about being in tranquility with, you know what, I love myself. I love everyone. I want to see what that relationship looks like when I come from that perspective versus I need to get married. I need to do this. I need to do that. I need a relationship. It's like, even if you haven't been in one in a long time, it's important to experience the joys right now of what is presented in front of you that you already have. And it's, you know, something better than you could ever imagine shows up when you do that. And that's going to be a different experience for each person. But I want you to know there is proof in what is. The more that I have learned to let go on most of my ideas about how life should be, my life, that's usually when my life gets better and better and better and better. And, you know, we're all human. So, you know, when I start to think like, oh, this is how it should be, or this is what I want, it just goes out the window. Everything goes out the window. So ride the ride, let go, surrender, ride the ride. All right, let's go to week 3. What's going on March week 3? What's going on March week 3? I'm getting that the first 2 weeks is all about bringing in energy, bringing in frequencies, changing your vibration to a higher vibration. Because the things that show up week 3 is what is matching your vibration. The things that are showing up in week 3 is what is matching your vibration. So it does feel like a time where, you know, we're sitting, we're resting, and all of a sudden things start to come in. You want to be cognizant of if these things feel true to you or not, or if this is something that you're like, oh, I really deserve this. Thank you so much. I've put in a lot of work. Or if you feel that actually I didn't want that. Why is that there? It's an opportunity to ask yourself, what is inside me that is attracting the thing I don't want to come into my life? I'm going to share something with you. There's kind of like this faded way that we live, like this soul expression way that we are meant to live. And then there's this kind of like karmic energy as well. And I'll give you an example. I'm going to use myself as an example. It's going to land, I promise. My soul expression is to flow in and out of towns and enjoy life to master freedom. So if I say I want to work at a corporate job, it totally crushes my soul's potential. This is just me personally. It crushes my soul, or something happens where I get sick or I get plucked out of there. And that doesn't mean that I have like, you know, some subconscious rooted things that I need to address. So sometimes if something isn't working out, it might be because it's not meant for your soul expression to go into that space in this lifetime. Good lessons, good hard lessons though. And then if you have something that's embedded in your DNA or your subconscious, like for instance, I'm going to use myself again, because I'm mastering freedom, sometimes, in relationship, I might create some sort of discomfort in a relationship to get out of it, to move into freedom. But it's important for me to look at, okay, what is inside of me that doesn't want to fully experience that? What can I do to release that energy? How can I show up to this situation with more harmony and ease and flow? Right? So this is what we are being asked to look at. Like, what is coming into our life? What are we doing? What is happening within our own being that is creating what is coming into our life? That's very Akashic-y, so enjoy that, sit with that, put it in your pipe and smoke it. Okay. But there is opportunity, new ventures, new energy, new people. I'm seeing a lot of socializing, a lot of forward movement. This is the time to move forward. This is the energy of forward movement. It's important that you treat every relationship in your life with respect, no matter how you feel about it. That was a random thing they wanted me to say. New projects, new inspiration, forward movement. This is the time to take action. This is the time to take action. Okay? You want to take action from your heart instead of the mind. Use the mind as a secondary tool to the heart. For instance, I'm giving you guys all this stuff about week 3 because it's important on how we show up and how we let go of certain things for week 3. Let's say that I have a desire and a joy to help other people in a specific way. So I'm going to create a course that that moves that energy forward. I am not going to create, God, I haven't even thought in this way for a while, so let me think about it really quick. I am not going to create a course just to be like, oh, I need to do, oh my God, let me think, hold on, let me think. Oh, I need to create a whole Claire's course and an advanced Claire's course because I don't have that yet and that should be there. No, that's actually the wrong way to think for week 3. You're going to see a lot of people get really tired and worn out if they think they should do something because it just works or it makes sense versus I really care and want to help people. I'm getting a message from God to create a channeling course that allows people to connect more to their heart. And even though maybe out in the world, that doesn't make sense, I'm coming from the heart and then I'm using the brain to create the course. I hope that analogy worked well enough for you to understand what I mean. All right, so let's see if there's any more messages, any advice for week 3. Advice for week 3. And then what are we not aware of? Have fun, be generous, flow, have fun. It's a very abundant week. A lot of people who feel like they've had setbacks, it's all coming in. It feels like the end of this month. So it's nice. And for some of you, it might just be a couple of things, but it's a lot of forward movement. And there's a lot of proactivity. You start to see your next chapter a little bit more clearly than you have been in the past. And have fun. The most important thing about this entire month is have fun. If you're not having fun, what's the point of being alive? What's the point? We came here to experience joy, fun, laughter, flow, and to look at our hard circumstances as a lesson or an experience that propels us into more joy. All right, let's go to week 4. What's going on? March, week 4. Why is a Guns N' Roses song? My channel cracks me up when I do these energy updates. Welcome to the jungle. Okay, what does that represent? I got be careful for what you wish for. But like, it was with humor, by the way. There was a humor energy with that. It's everything is excelling, everything is moving forward. Some people might feel like they are working a lot, or they're like, oh wow, this is a lot of energy. I wasn't expecting this. They said just keep flowing, keep going with it. Enjoy it. Have a good time. It feels like that really heavy fog that we've been in on and off. It feels like it has a lifting off energy the last 2 weeks of March. It feels like week 4 is a continuation of week 3, kind of like how week 1 there was like, all right, implement, coast. But it was like all about self-love and coming within yourself. And then week 3 was, okay, work. And then there's this like, coast, go with it. You got this. Coast. A lot of big opportunities coming in. It's important for us to really focus on week 1 and week 2 about taking care of ourselves so we can really show up for week 3 and week 4. We want to show up fully centered and in integrity with our God line, with our soul line, with our energy. So then when we're looking at opportunities, we're coming from that space. We're not coming from reactivity. We didn't watch social media for 10 hours one day and then show up to week 3. So I'm getting really take care of yourself the first 2 weeks and then show up for the last 2 weeks. Let me see what's going on in the cards here. Week 4. Have fun. Have fun. It's all coming in. Have fun. A lot of creative energy, a lot of connections. Enjoy it. Like, oh my God, it's been so long since we had an energy like this. It feels like a lot of new connections. A lot of people are going to be meeting new friendships, new partnerships. The solidification of what you're viewing a relationship and what they are meant to be in your life. It feels like there's more solidification of what people want. Week 4. Enjoy for some of you, enjoy the romance, enjoy the time. You deserve it. And for those who are just like, you know what, I'm just going to be single, it's fine, or I am single and I don't really care about any of this. It's like, put that energy into yourself. Put that energy into yourself. Enjoy you. You guys have come a long way. And March is a bit of a celebration. March is a bit of a celebration and proactivity. For those who have been feeling a little sick, know that after week 2, it feels like there's kind of like a little bit more vitality energy that happens. So enjoy that. Enjoy that. All right, everyone. Well, enjoy your month of March, and I will see you in April. And hey, let's see what Spirit, what God is having me do with the other YouTube videos that I'm about to create. So yeah, I'm along for the ride, just like you. Have a beautiful week. Month. Have a beautiful month.